Hello viewers, welcome to my channel Life's Calculations. This is the most important capsule number 3 based on the multiplication of matrices. Nobody can afford not to see this video because 90% of the questions in the exams are based on this concept only. So please see carefully, try to understand because this is the number one topic of matrices, right? So before we actually proceed with the multiplication of matrices, we should know what is the compatibility factor for the matrix multiplication to be possible. Means that what is the condition to be followed when we want to actually multiply two matrices, right? So we need to check the multiplication factor, this compatibility, only then we will proceed with the matrix multiplication. Actually, remember always, right? So let us say that there is a matrix A and there is a matrix B, okay, of any order. Okay, that order we are going to talk about in a detail later, right? So whenever we will multiply these two matrices, the answer will be A cross B, or it will give us a new matrix that can be written as AB also. So AB will be known as the product matrices, product matrix, and A and B are the two matrices which will multiply to give us AB as the product. So now we will call the answer or the resulting matrix to be the product matrix, right? Now let us check the condition. Now let us say that the matrix A, first matrix is of order M cross N, and second matrix is of order N cross P. M, N, N, P, this can be any number, right? So whenever A and B will get multiplied, we will get AB as the product matrix, right? Now see one thing very carefully. This, the way I have written, this only contains the condition, right? So very carefully please check that I have written M cross N. M means the number of rows here, N means the number of columns here, and here I have written N cross P. N cross P means number of rows is N and number of columns is P. So why I have matched this N with this N? Why I have kept the same symbol? This is the only condition for the matrix multiplication to be possible, that the number of columns in first matrix, in first, which one will be called the first matrix? Whichever will be written in the first place, okay? So this is important. Number of columns in first matrix should be equal to the number of rows in the second matrix. Okay, this is the only condition for AB to be possible. That is why I have written N here and N here. You also write the same way. If these two numbers match exactly, we will say the matrix multiplication is possible, otherwise not. So finally, the condition for multiplication is number of columns. Check here. In the order, we always write the number of rows first, but this is the totally different thing. For the matrix multiplication to be possible, number of columns in first. For the first matrix, you need to check the number of columns that should be same as the number of rows in the second matrix. Okay, so this is the condition. If this is fulfilled, then we will further proceed to find the product of the matrices. So remember this most important part. Now, once the condition has been checked, okay, once the condition has been checked and we find that the condition is being fulfilled, now we need to find, before actually multiplying, we need to find that if AB is the resulting matrix, what will be the order of this matrix? Before we actually write the answer, we should know what is the order of this matrix, right? So once this N and N is the same, okay, whatever is the remaining number of rows here, right? Number of rows M is left here and P is left here. Students, this is the most easiest way I am going to tell you to write the order of the resulting matrix, right? This way, if you remember, then you are never going to do the mistake in this, okay? So see carefully. N and N you are going to leave, okay? Because these are the common things. Now whatever left here, number of rows in the first matrix I will write here, and whatever left in the second part I am going to write here. Okay, so this clearly gives us the number of rows will be equal to the number of rows in A, and number of columns in AB will be equal to number of columns in B. Okay, N and N has been left because they were same. Now the remaining only M from here and P from here I have written. So before you write the answer, you need to check what is the order of the matrix AB. Now I am going to actually show you the way how to multiply. For that, based upon the same concept only, I have taken up one matrix A. Let this matrix be 6, 4, 3, minus 1. So what is the order of this matrix? It contains 2 rows and it contains 2 columns. So M is equal to 2 here and N is equal to 2 here. M cross N is 2 cross 2. Second matrix I have taken is minus 1, 3, means only one column and 2 rows. So it will have order 2 cross 1. Right? So why I have taken deliberately only? Because N and N, number of columns in the first matrix, should be equal to number of rows in the second matrix, so that this 2 and 2 are same here. Once this has been checked, we will say matrix multiplication is fulfilled because it fulfills this condition. Right? Now before I actually get the answer, I need to see that what is the order of this matrix, resulting matrix or the product matrix. Okay, as told, the product matrix will have the number of rows as first matrix, means remaining 2 here, and number of columns will be same as the 1 here. Okay, so 2 cross 1 will be the order of the resulting matrix. We need to write the space. We need to make up the space here, then we will fill that space, right? So 2 cross 1 means 2 rows and 1 column. 2 rows and 1 column simply means that we need to fill this space and we need to fill this space only. So 1 column and 2 rows. This is the only meaning. So in the answer we will write this only. Okay. Now let us actually find the answer of this. Once this will be multiplied, so now I am clear that I need to fill the 2 spaces only here. Okay. I have drawn those spaces again for you. Now how to multiply actually? You need to actually read this space. This is space. How to read this? This is a first row and first column. This is what the place will be called, first row and first column. So you need to take the first row of the first matrix and the first column of the second matrix. Okay, then multiply them together, and whatever are the answers you need to add them up. Okay, like 6, 4 here and minus 1, 3. Why? Because this space is which we are going to fulfill is first row and first column. So first row of the first matrix and first column of the second matrix will be multiplied with the corresponding elements. So what I am going to write, 6 multiplied by minus 1, right? 6 multiplied by minus 1. Now left here are 4 and 3. Before I multiply, I need to put a plus sign here. 4 multiplied by 3 will be written like this. Okay, so again check. Now let us read this space. This is what? This is a second row now and still the first column only. So second row of first matrix and the first column of the second matrix. So second row, 3 multiplied to 1. Sorry, minus 1. 3 multiplied to minus 1, and the before multiplying the next part we are going to add it, plus it. So it will be minus 1 multiplied by 3, right? So now we need to solve it simply as these boxes you need not add, but you can still make up the place like this. Once it is clear which places to be fulfilled, it is easy to write the answer. So final answer is 6 into minus 1 minus 6 and plus 12 here, right? And minus 3 and plus already was there, so minus 3. Okay, so we get the final answer of this as resulting matrix is 6, because minus 6 plus 12 will be 6 only, and minus 3 will be minus 6 only, right? So 6 minus 6 is the answer of the resulting matrix. Now from here, what is the order of this final answer? Final answer is having 2 rows and 1 column. So it is 2 multiplied by 1. Same what we wrote in the start itself. What we wrote in the start itself, that the resulting matrix will have the order 2 cross 1, because we were sure from the start itself that the number of rows of the first matrix and number of columns of the second matrix will be the order of the resulting matrix. Okay, so you need to check the order beforehand only, then you start getting the answer, and whatever are the individual multiplications, individual products, in the end both answers will be added together like this. Okay, so students, this was about the matrix multiplication. Hope you understood, and you need to solve a lot of questions based upon this. Only then you need to do a lot of practice for these sums, only then this will be clear. Okay, so hope you liked the video. If you liked, please don't forget to share, and also if you are new, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much for watching.